Adding static or dynamic coloring is a great way to convey additional information that supports the results displayed in a visualization. Static coloring allows users to assign a fixed color to a part of a visualization. Or we can use search results to dynamically color visualizations. Adding static or dynamic coloring is available for a range of different visualization types. Some have the ability to color by trend or value, while others can customize fill, strokes, rows, columns, text, and background. We'd like to add some finishing touches to the Buttercup Cafe sales dashboard by adding a couple different coloring options. First up, we have our Buttercup mascot located off to the side of the dashboard. To really make her pop, we will add an ellipse underneath for a drop shadow. Once the ellipse is added, a configuration menu for the shape appears on the right. Scrolling down to coloring, we find Static Fill, which colors the entirety of the shape, and Static Stroke, which changes the color of the outline of the shape. Since we want to add a drop shadow, we change Static Fill to black and the stroke value to transparent. Then under the General section, we change the fill opacity to 20, so it appears less dark and more like a shadow. There are also options to change the stroke opacity, width, and dash style if necessary. We click and drag to reshape the ellipse to fit under Buttercup, and appropriately layer the shape on the canvas. Buttercup is now ready to cheer us on in our next step in adding a visualization that is dynamically colored. We want to add a single value visualization with an icon, so we select Icon and can choose from the preset options or upload our own. Once we select an icon, we choose Set up Primary Data Source and select a data source that displays a count of active players in the cafe. In addition to the icon, we'd like to display the player count and trend, so we enable Major Value and Trend. Immediately, the icon expands to include the count and trend values. Scrolling to Dynamic Elements under Coloring, there are options for no color, or to color by icon, major value, trend, icon and major value, or background. Once an option is selected, the menu populates with appropriate options to specify the color ranges. Selecting Dynamic Icon gives us the ability to specify whether the color should be based on the major value or trend. Then we select between ranges or matches. Ranges is a great option if your values will extend between specified limits, whereas matches looks for a direct value match. Our visualization is displaying game players, so we stick with the default of ranges, since this number will constantly fluctuate. Next, in the preset color palette is the option to choose dark colors or light colors. This is a great way to ensure high visibility and contrast for dashboards in either light or dark mode. The following color menu gives us the option to select what type of range best represents our data. Categorical will assign a unique color to each value. Divergent is best for dissimilar values. And finally, sequential will follow a logical order or sequence. While the preset color ranges are helpful, we can also specify a hex color code by selecting the individual color box for each range value. There can be up to 7 different customizable ranges. If necessary, ranges can be removed by selecting the X to the right, and the order can be easily reversed by selecting the up and down arrow icon located above the ranges. Now let's explore the other coloring options we have outside the icon. Just like with the ellipse, we can add static coloring to the major value by specifying a hex color code or selecting a preset option. The same static options are available for the trend and background. Looking at the final result, the visualization offers a lot more context to how many active game players we have. And overall, Adding the static and dynamic coloring has given our dashboard a more finished look and feel.